We got trade news. Apparently, yesterday, the Niners tried to trade for John Metchie, who ended up going to the Philadelphia Eagles. Metchie was like a number 3-ish type receiver for the Houston Texans, and they were going to get rid of him. The Niners are sort of scraping the bottom of the barrel, but Metchie is good enough to play for this team. What do you make of this news, and what do you think it indicates for the next week or two?
Well, it's definitely interesting news. I mean, one, the Niners have, they brought in Isaiah Hodgins, they brought in Robbie Chosen, they took Junior Bergen, they've Russell Gage, Malik Turner. I mean, and we all know, I mean, Ayuk is not going to be there week one. Demarcus Robinson's probably not going to be there week one. Juwan Jennings, who knows? Jordan Watkins, his time frame in week one are pretty much the same. Cowing is yet to play in any games. Didn't play in the Raider game, so I don't know if he's healthy or not. So I think it's clear they feel like they need another receiver. Metchie, they want to. They want to stay out of the Tyreek Hill lane because I don't think they can. They feel like they can afford Tyreek Hill, but Metchie's on his rookie deal. And you know who's another receiver on his rookie deal that they say is going to be dealt here is Romeo Doubs. So would the Niners have interest in Doubs? Would Green Bay even consider trading Doubs to the Niners? And it would probably cost the Niners their 2026 third-round pick. And, there's a lot of rumors out there, and I'm not sure exactly what to believe, but I think it's an indication that the Niners are definitely looking for outside receiver help.
Yeah, I think it's an indication that, one, Demarcus Robinson may not be out there. We all know that week one. But in addition, Juwan Jennings might not be out there week one. And we're going to get to him a little later in the show. But if they don't have either Robinson or Jennings or Ayuk or Watkins, then their top three receivers are Pearsall, and what do they got? Pearsall and who? Robbie Chosen?
This is what I got. So Ayuk's got the knee. He's out. Jennings has got the calf contract. He's out. Pearsall's there. Cowing's there, but he hasn't played. So is he in or out? Watkins is not there because of the ankle, so he's out. Robinson's not there because of the suspension, so he's out. So you're looking at, for sure, Pearsall, Russell Gage, Robbie Chosen, Junior Bergen, and Isaiah Hodgins.
And look, Robbie Chosen has played well so far in preseason. Yeah. He's had some good moments in camp as well. But I think ideally he's not your starter week one or really even your number 3 guy. But it seems like he could be your number 3 guy, or maybe even your number 2 guy week one, unless the Niners go out and get someone. Even if they were to get John Metchie, I don't know if he would be necessarily above Robbie Chosen in the pecking order. It's kind of a dire straits for the Niners at this position right now.
Well, and they're, it's good news, bad news. I mean, the bad news is obviously you need somebody and it's late August. The good news is that if you look around football, there's a lot of guys who can play, who showed that they could play, that other teams have ticketed for their practice squad. Give you just a brief example. Mario Williams. You say, who's Mario Williams? Mario Williams played at USC, then he played at Tulane. He was an undrafted guy by the Rams. All the guy did in college, Grant, was score touchdowns. And sure enough, he scored a 38-yard touchdown the other day on a bomb from Stetson Bennett. I was looking at the Ram projection. Mario Williams is not projected to make their team. He would be a nice pickup. If you're looking for more of like a Deebo Samuel, you've got Laviska Shenault, you've got Malachi Corley. They're both kind of in that Deebo kind of mold. And then, I mentioned Romeo Doubs. The other guy that I really like, and I think I would probably go after if I could get him, is a NorCal guy named Elijah Badger, who is in Kansas City's camp. He's versatile, right? He's played the slot, he's played the X, the Y, the slot. He can play inside, he can play outside. He only had 2 drop passes. He obviously knows Ricky Pearsall because he started at ASU as a return man, finished at Florida as kind of a go pattern guy. He's got 4.4 speed and he's got versatility, and he's not going to make Kansas City's roster. He's probably going to try to slide to the practice squad. And if you're the Niners, you're in kind of a unique position where you could take a look at 1 or 2 of these young guys that you really like, at least that I really like, and we'll see if they do it.
I wonder if John Metchie ended up just being like ultimately too expensive. I don't know what the deal is. It seems that they're intent on not spending big money on any outside free agents. They did spend a little bit of money on Bryce Huff. That seemed to be like the one exception. Everyone else has been complete bargain bin. And I don't know. It seems like if they've gotten assurances from the owners that they can take lumps, quote unquote, early this season and start off slow, and as long as they finish hot and maybe make the playoffs, that everything's okay, then what's the urgency to trade for anyone? I mean, why not just go out there with Russell Gage and Robbie Chosen? I wouldn't be surprised if they did. They don't seem like they're really panicked about winning their first few games.
It's hard to know because we don't know how urgent they were in pursuing Metchie, but I'll say this. I don't know how you feel about it. We haven't talked about this, but I just feel like Junior Bergen is just totally ordinary. And like, after seeing a couple games and watching him in camp, I wouldn't say, oh yeah, you got to reserve a spot for him. Nope. And Tariq Owens, he's not NFL. And Isaiah Hodgins ain't nothing special. And Malik Turner's just a camp body. So, I mean, those guys are there, but they really shouldn't even be there as far as I'm concerned. Gage is interesting because he's got good hands and ball skills. Chosen's interesting because he's actually still has pretty good size and speed. Cowing.
That's about it, though.
I'm getting really close to quitting on Cowing just because it's like you don't get forever. And Watkins now has speed and is staying healthy. Cowing hasn't played all summer, didn't play in camp, then came back to practice. But what does it mean? I mean, he practiced, but he didn't play in the game. And so if it's like, is this guy on scholarship? I mean, he clearly has not done enough in his career to justify not playing at all in the preseason this year. So I think, what is this, do or die in this Charger game for Cowing? So I'm not sure what to make of him, really.
Well, what's rough for Cowing is we know that the Niners really weren't sold on him to begin with. They were split. They wanted to take someone else, and then they got drafted, and then with like a minute and a half left, Kyle Shanahan told everyone in the room to raise their hand if they wanted Cowing, and then raise their hand if they wanted someone else, and it was split 50-50, and they did the vote like 2 or 3 times. So he was never really had like a strong standing on this team, and I think the only reason he's still here is because they're so beat up at this position.